I'm Desda Zuckerman. Welcome to my podcast, The World of Sacred Healing, where we learn about and discuss the magic and the mystery of the spiritual life and the deep healing of the soul. So in the month of February, we encounter Valentine's Day, Saint Valentine's Day, the day of appreciating those we love, our gal pals, our spouses, our partners in life, our children, even people we don't know that well, but we'd like to know more. It's the day when we share love. And sometimes love feels like a burden. Sometimes love feels like, oh, I don't even know how to do it. I don't even know what to give. I'm carrying this giant load of feeling, but I don't have anywhere to put it. I don't have any way to shape it. So we have things in our culture that, we have candy. We have flowers. We have going out to dinner and candles. We have rose petals on the bed and long hot baths. We have these things to put us in the mood, to make us more romantic. But really, shouldn't we just feel that way all the time? Shouldn't we feel like the romance of living? And in fact, it is pretty apparent, isn't it? Today I saw good friends of mine walking hand in hand down the street, and it just opened my heart, and I saw them and I thought, now there's love. They've been married a long time, coming up on 50 years, and they just are holding hands walking down the street. That's love. That's connection, that's commitment. And when I look at my husband now in his mid-70s with his belly and his back and his arms and his whole body looking so different than it did when he was 25, 26 years old, it's such a different thing now to look at him. And yet, I don't think I could love him more. I don't think I could have loved that 26-year-old hard body more than I love this man who's 75 and filled with life. And so many experiences that we've shared together. He's written me love song after love song, and I always knew I would find somebody that would write me love songs. I think every woman hopes for that, or every person really hopes that the person that they fall in love with will be so inspired by that love, so inspired by who they are, that they'll write them love songs, that they'll bake them the most fabulous gourmet food, that they will help them design a podcast. And love comes in lots of different shapes and forms. Your best friends, they know a different part of you. They know a different side of you, and you feel free to be that with them. And they show a different side of themselves to you, and they feel free to be who they are with you. So there's freedom in love. There's tremendous courage. It takes courage to love, because you have to make a commitment. You have to decide, this is good. This is good enough. It's so interesting. I encounter people in my work that have been trying so hard to find somebody. I'm looking for my true love. I'm looking. And years and years and years pass. 15, 20 years pass. They're still looking for their true love. And every single person they've encountered along their way might have been their true love. But because they looked at them and they didn't feel it, they didn't see it, they didn't sense it, they didn't know it, something was wrong, something wasn't right, something was wrong inside of them or inside of the other person. So they spent more time or energy looking at what doesn't work or what didn't work than what could have been. A long, long time ago, I came to the conclusion that whoever I decided to love, whoever I decided to focus my attention on, I wanted them to be worthy of that, commitment of my energy and time. I wanted them to inspire me, and I wanted them to have a talent, an inner talent for using their own creative force as it blasted through them to be able to channel it in some way. I wanted to be with someone like that, and I wanted someone who had a spiritual orientation. But when I actually looked at all the things that I needed, that I wanted, I realized that thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of people could have answered yes to those things. I could have fallen in love with anybody. I could have fallen in love in many, many different ways in many different times. But somehow or another, I chose the man that I did, the one that I did. And that love has defined my life. It's defined who I am and what I've become, how I've devoted myself to my work, and it makes me feel good and safe and secure and appreciated. Just today, he put his arm around me and he looked in my eyes and he said, "I love you so much." And that's after 50 years of life together, you know. It's just incredible to feel that much focus from someone else over such a long period of time. But I think I could have ignored it. I could have just said, "No, I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to try this. I'm going to find somebody who's got more money. I'm going to find somebody who's more this, more that, whatever. I'm going to find somebody who's like me from my same background." But instead, I found somebody who wasn't from my same background. I found somebody who didn't have any money. I found somebody who was just this juicy, creative guy. But I didn't find all of those qualities that I was looking for. I don't think it's necessary. I think what is necessary is not being afraid to confront the obvious, which is, I don't know if I'm good enough for you. I don't know if I'm good enough for anyone. But the obvious thing is there's an attraction. So I guess it's that attraction that we look for. And not just lust, not just a sexual attraction, but some kind of heart attraction. And I haven't felt that with everybody in the world. I've only felt that with very few people. So this is my ramble on Valentine's Day. My walk through the brambles in the forest of love, the tall trees and the tiny little flowers by the river of loving kindness. Have a happy Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for joining me. I've loved spending time with you. Please don't forget to leave a review. Visit us at yoursacredanatomy.com.